Juventus were 1-0 up against Napoli and lost 2-1. Is this, because, I can't speak for you, Mina, I can speak for myself. Before this season started, we watched Inter lose some of their biggest players. And we saw Max Allegri come back to Juventus. And sure, Ronaldo left, but we thought maybe it was time for that. And I genuinely thought this team is the obvious favourite, even though there are other teams I'm interested in, the obvious favourite to win the league. Is it that I was wrong and lots of other people were wrong? Is this growing pains? Is Allegri actually had a date and he's not the right man? They've made a mistake bringing him back.
Oh, don't even
What's the situation?
Say these things.
What's the situation? I'm asking questions.
Weirdly enough, I'm not that worried. I'm not worried because I think there's been a lot of change. And I think what Allegri has come back to is not what he arrived to the first time around when it was Antonio Conte's Juve. And he could sort of take that on board and slowly build and slowly leave his imprint on the side and turn them into the winners that they became. Always winners, but European winners now. And yes, I do think that I imagined. Here's something Gazzetta wrote. Put your hands up if you thought that Juve were going to just trash everyone going forward. Because let's face it, Max Allegri was in charge, and I was like, yeah, that was so totally me. Like I'm putting my hands up. I totally thought it was going to be Juve and Allegri all the way. Because let's be honest. I mean, I love Italiano and I love Stefano Pioli, but Max Allegri is like wow for me.
Yeah.
But I think that what we didn't sort of take on board was how much work there was to do. I mean, for so long, it was interesting listening to Mari Susari's comments after Mina and Lazio, which we'll get onto, which talks about how they had to change and how to defend from the front. Allegri played a very specific style of football, and it was a continuation of Conte's work. So in essence, a lot of those players played the same style of football for very, very long. And it was focused a lot on pragmatic reasoning and, tactical adjustments, reading the climate and adjusting to that. And I think that what happened afterwards is we had two coaches from Sarri to Pirlo, obviously, that changed things and wanted to be more creative to push the team forward, to defend from the front and not perhaps fall back on these things like a deep, compact, low unit that sometimes Allegri likes to play, right?